So most people in Davos are discussing artificial intelligence from the perspective of large language models, generative AI, the next process of that. Nothing wrong with that. I have spent the last couple of days listening to people in that, and a number of my friends are involved. The issue with that is, what do you need to do that? You need computing power, lots of it. You need electricity, lots of it. You need data in its simplest form, kept with privacy, with national security in mind, lots of it. And then you need people who know how to manage that. I would argue that outside of the developed world, other than maybe India, and I consider China to be more developed than not, other than maybe India, there are very few other countries that have that combination. And even India will have challenges with the power, right? So when you think about this carefully, you cannot have an AI system that is built only with large Western companies controlling this process. First of all, I doubt all countries will share their data globally in an open form. At some point, it becomes a form of, India has its own data protection rules. Many countries do data localization on.
And now data sovereignty is the.
I complete data is the new oil, as I said some years back, in Saudi Arabia, which is actually an interesting place to say it. But the other part of AI is small AI. Let's think of this as big AI. Now let's talk about small AI. Small AI is different. Small AI is what I saw in Uttar Pradesh, where I went to see with the Chief Minister. Yogi ji and I went to meet him actually with colleagues of mine, and we were looking at these farmers' cooperatives, and they were using a platform built for us by Google, connecting all these women with better seeds, better fertilizer, better water, crop insurance, that kind of thing. And these illiterate farming women were able to understand, point the phone at a leaf, don't know what the illness on the leaf is, but that insecticide will kill it. And I can buy it from my cooperative for 100 rupees. That's small AI, locally delivered at the edge on your phone with local compute. You can do it for healthcare. You can do it for education. My view is that if you only discuss AI in terms of big AI, we will lose the hearts and minds of the emerging markets, for whom actually small AI is a productivity enhancer today with no negative job consequences, only positive. See what I mean?
Sure.
So this connects to the way you asked your question, job displacement. Big AI in the Western world, as people are quite concerned, will first impact services jobs, white-collar jobs. And that could indeed, there's no evidence till today that it has actually led to layoffs. But there is a lot of evidence that the hiring process has slowed. So you could argue that is the harbinger of a bigger challenge. Don't know. Maybe it is. But that's not the case for you. Or that's not the case for an emerging market. So I think the emerging market should view AI as a real opportunity for leapfrogging in terms of small AI. It is not an opportunity if you only think of it in terms of big AI, because I don't think you have the assets in the emerging markets, India exceptionally, that's separate. But most countries don't have the assets to play that game the way they would need to.